Sentient weapons today on Dungeons and Taverns. Sentient weapons today on Dungeons and Taverns. Hi, I'm Saul Sunforge. Welcome to Dungeons and Taverns. I've been a DM since back when I was in the Navy in 2002, and it's my intention to share that experience with new players and new and advanced dungeon masters. I regularly offer free character creation, character sheets, links to my Google Drive, free world maps, free regional maps, as well as a bunch of other goodies. My campaign, the Dirty 20, we play a campaign on Roll20 where I'm the dungeon master. We're 4 years into that campaign. The first 2.5 or 3 years are already up, and then the last few months. So there's a little bit of a time gap, and so I'm adding the current episodes, and then I'm going to go back and add the past episodes since they're already past. The current episodes are more important because since there's only just me, it's a long process. So I appreciate you all hanging out with me. If you appreciate what I'm doing, consider a subscribe. And now on to the video. Enjoy. In my opinion, sentient weapons are a way for a dungeon master or its equivalent to help propel the plot forward. It's a very useful and handy device. Especially for new players, if you give them a sentient item, they can ask it for help. Depending on where they found the item, they might have a whole bunch of knowledge. Depending on how old the item is, they might have more knowledge in just that area. And a fun thing I like to do with sentient items is have it be a trapped being, like a trapped angel, or a demon, or something abyssal, maybe even a trapped spirit of a dragon, or a naga, or a Medusa. There's a few different things that you can do that are trapped. And if you, when you think about your item in your party and how they're going to interact with this item, you want to think about the temperament of who's going to be trapped. Because it may not be something that's cooperative. The party may have to do something to, as a request from the item to entice its cooperation with them. So, when you find that talking sword or that talking axe, maybe there's a curse about it or something like that. You're in the dark catacombs and you're in the forest of illusion, and you're barbarians leading torch ahead, exploring the catacombs. There's an axe in the wall. It's firmly lodged in the wall. He takes his hands and spits and rubs them together, grabs the axe, and with a mighty pull, pulls that axe out of the wall. And as he does so, he unleashes a spirit, and it coalesces right in front of him, and it has the voice of Gilbert Gottfried, and it asks him a riddle as a jester type character, and maybe you answer its riddles, and it gives you something, maybe a deck of many things or a bag of holding. It depends on the player character's levels. Dungeon masters don't get too crazy with it. Or it could be a world-ending deity. And I strongly advise using this against lower-level parties, but against a higher-level party, they could totally find a weapon that, they inadvertently free this world-ending calamity, and they have to stop it. And that could be your arc, and you're free to use that, of course. Anything I give you as arcs or things like that, you're free to use as they are. Alter them, or feel free to tell me I'm crazy, and it's all been done before, because I'm sure it has. At some point, everything's been done before. Also, with sentient weapons would be sentient defense as well. Shields could be sentient as well. I could easily see a defender inside a shield. Let me think up a situation. Let me see here. Yeah, the demonic defender. All right, it was a paladin who made his last stand at a demonic portal. All these demons are coming in from the abyss, and with his tower shield or whatever type of shield you'd like to use, a heater, a kite shield, whatever you'd like, a buckler. But his with his tower shield, he goes in there with his longsword, and he slashes the demons up. It's not, odds are 20 to 1, and his forces are slowly dying around him. He quickly realizes he's the only one, and he's on top of the hill making his stand, smiting left and right, and just completely unleashing hell on these demons. And so, as his last stand of devotion, before he dies on that hill, he imbues his soul, his very being. He binds himself to his shield as his ultimate sacrifice. And so the shield falls and there on that hill, and over the years, dirt and leaves and debris has, covered the shield, and maybe a crater has formed from the rains, and a swamp has formed, and then the shield gets lost, and the party finds it, and I think those would all be rather awesome scenarios. I could easily see a magical shield being lost in a swamp or thrown into the swamp. Maybe a cursed shield was thrown into the swamp, and the party unfortunately happened to encounter it. And the curse would totally be up to you. You have a complete leeway and control of that. But you can see how these are just a few ways. You can think of other ways, and you can leave some ways in the comments for me to read and for other viewers to see on how you would use sentient weapons and sentient armor in a way to propel the plot forward, to drive the narrative and enhance your games. So I'm Saul Sunforge. This is Dungeons and Taverns. Hopefully this video was cool, informative. If it was, leave me one of these. Go ahead and leave me a subscribe and let your friends know about my channel. We got some special things being kicked off in the future here, and I need your help to do it. So thank you so much. Have yourselves a great day, and we'll see you soon.